This is just kind of me thinking out loud. Let me know what y'all think, whether you agree, disagree, or you have a completely different take. I'm cool with it. But faith. Let's talk about faith real quick. Faith, unfortunately, is one of those words that I find that people kind of throw around a little too willy-nilly. Faith to me is like a weapon, a gun, for example. It can be used properly or it can be used improperly. It can be used for the benefit of society or for its detriment, right? The reason why I say the word faith can be used as a detriment is because the definition of faith is belief, an unquestioning belief in something. And having unquestioning, that's the word that I get stuck on. An unquestioning belief in something is something that I apply a little bit differently in my own world. Most people are in their relative religion or spiritual belief because they were born into it. Most of you are Christian because you were born into it. You are Muslim because you were born into it. You believe in the spells and witchcraft and voodoo because you were born into it. And that's cool, whatever. But especially when it comes to religion, a lot of you were taught this word faith. So you were given your religion and you were told to have faith in it at the exact same time. So you were given a religion that you were told to not question. See, I put faith, let's just call it, either first and second. You were given faith first. I put faith second. I do not have faith in anything until I've asked so many questions that I no longer have the questions. You see what I'm saying? It's probably saying the same thing, but it's a slight little nuance in the way I think about that word. Because like I've said many different times, many different ways, that I feel that most people have never questioned their religion. You were just taught that you believe in this or you go to hell. You believe in this or you are scum. You believe in this and you you get some type of divine punishment. And you just had to have faith in that. But then the question that I had since I was like a 6-year-old little boy, I'm like, well, how do you know that? If we're all here, how do you know what hell is? How do you know what heaven is? How do you know what nirvana is? Oh, because it's in the book? Okay, I guess, but and as a kid, that's where my logic stopped. But as an adult, I'm like, well, who wrote the book? And why is it that there's billions, actually there's multiple billions, there's 2 or 3 billion Christians, and I'm sure there's a few billion Hindus and Muslim community people out there. So how is it that all these big organized religions, and it still seems that evil is winning? All of you have your God, all of you have your Jesus, all of you have this path of righteousness that you're supposed to follow, but there's still only a handful of people that are beating all of you. That's never made sense to me. That invites you to start to question things about, where did these religions come from? Or why did they take these scriptures out of the Bible? Why aren't people focusing on that one? Why are people ignoring that? Why is that being promoted? Why Just have faith. Faith? No, you need to ask questions. Do you have faith in your business deal? Someone said, hey, we need to go into business. Oh, well, I have faith you're just going to do what you said you're going to do. No. When it comes to your finances, you ask a bunch of questions. For you parents out there, especially for those of you with a little girl, especially the girl dads out there, if your daughter is bringing in a new guy that she's dating, aren't you going to grill him? Aren't you going to figure out his character? So if you will ask stuff about your banking, your financial deals, you'll ask a bunch of questions about that. You'll ask questions about who your daughter is dating. You'll ask a bunch of questions about the cars that you're buying. Why wouldn't you ask questions about where your soul is going? Because like I sit back and I giggle sometimes when I make my like, especially going against like religion videos, and I make them abrasive on purpose. Like sometimes I wonder, I'm like, wait, you didn't contribute anything to this conversation. You just said that I'm a blasphemer, I'm a heathen, and I'm going to hell. But you didn't answer the question. Who wrote the Bible? Where is this? Where is that? What's this? What's that? And you don't know. Well, how can you give your soul over to something? How can you sign this spiritual contract with something that you don't know? Now, I get it. There's a point where none of us will have every single answer and we won't know every single little thing. I get that, and that's where that faith word kind of comes back in. But before I start having faith in stuff, like I said, I need to have questioned it so much that, like, hey, well, I got the bulk that I'm worried about answered. I have an answer to the questions that I presented. I just don't know this yet. But I don't think anything that I can learn here is going to change all those other answers that I have questioned. But this is why I say that a lot of y'all need to get deeper into y'all's religion or spirituality. You need to question it. You need to see that there are indeed holes in every single main organized religion. There's always someone that's benefiting from you not questioning things. Why is someone benefiting from your ignorance and you're continuing it? Continuing allowing it, continuously allowing it. Had to say it right. Why are you continuously allowing it? So when I propose a bunch of questions, oh, you're misleading people, you're a false prophet, and y'all have still not answered any of the questions I presented. Actually, though, let me take this opportunity to joke some of the people I love to joke. The manosphere, when you say, like, hey, guys, these are the people that you're following. This guy says he hates women. All women are subservient to men. Women are not allowed to speak. Women cannot do this. Women are only here for this. And this man, single as hell, can't keep a woman. And I question this individual. Hey, yo, y'all following a dude that acts like this? Hey, back to me. It's like I present a bunch of information that these red pill manosphere incel losers don't like. And then they'll be, oh, you're a simp, you're this and that. Well, hold up. I asked you a question. The people that you follow do this, and this. The guy that says that he's a high value male is paying for sex. I thought that he was King Dingaling. I thought all these girls were trying to get, but he has to pay for it. And you just have faith that this is your alpha male leader right here. You see what I'm saying? Let's go into another one. Y'all have faith. Some of y'all have more faith in your doctors than you do God, than you do your holistic path. Now, don't get me wrong. I say the pharmaceutical doctors, not the ones that if I got my arm chopped off and they got to do what they got to do to put it back on. Hey, put me up any chemical you need me to do what you got to do there. Hey, I'm going to die right now. I can purify my body later. But I'm talking about, like, I have a headache, take a pill. Oh, look at this new medicine. No, 4 out of 5 doctors say that you can't do this. Well, what about this one? Shouldn't your God, shouldn't your spiritual belief, shouldn't your own knowledge be able to guide you? Why do you need so much faith in all these other people? Oh, because they have PhD behind their name. The same people that make trillions of dollars. $1 trillion is like high billions, if not trillions of dollar industry. And you're going to trust the person that makes the most money off of you being sick. And you're going to put your faith and your health in their hands. Well, are you a licensed doctor? Are you a licensed physician? No, but I have a level of common sense that says if that has that many side effects, why would I take it? Because it helps you with that. Okay, so it helps me with a headache, but now my liver is going to shut down if I take this medicine. Yeah, but there's a pill for that. Okay, and that pill has side effects that you have, and that's how you get into the cycle. You're trying to make me a drug, you're making me a druggie. It's just weird. So bringing it all full circle before I go off into a whole bunch of different tangents, it's like having an unquestioning belief in something does not sit well with me. And I will never have faith in something that I have not fully vetted, at least to a level that satisfies me. I'm always open to new information, but when you are having a conversation with someone that just have faith, well, no. I will question things rigorously until I have no more questions. Then I can have a belief in something without having questions because all the questions are answered. I have no more questions. Now I can have faith in something. Let me know what you think. These are just my thoughts. Like I said, let me know what you think. Till the next one. Peace.